Just asked RJ this as well, but your first day of fall camp seemed a little crazy from where you started.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, when you look back on getting here in 2018, thinking that, hey, you're still going to be a college athlete in 2023, I was like, oh, I wouldn't have believed you. But no, it's been an amazing journey thus far. And, with all the trials and tribulations being here with a team like this, with the guys that, I call my brothers, I'm super excited for one more last ride.
How long did it take Coach Iannacione to realize he has to keep you out of the weight room sometimes?
I told him, I was like, just understand that whatever we do in the weight room, you're probably, because a lot of our guys that are interns work at the rec too. And I was looking at him like, shh, don't tell him. But it always ends up going back to him. So I was like, he's like, hey, Brennan, I know you want to go work out extra, but just cool it on some stuff. So we made an agreement, but he still saw me at the rec a couple times.
We obviously saw the defense make huge strides last year and saw some more in the spring. What's kind of the big goal for fall camp for the defense in terms of finding that consistency and that efficiency game in and game out?
I think it's just being cohesive as a unit. Everyone knows what their jobs are now. We've had all the spring to get this defense down. It's very similar to what we had in the past. We've had some moving pieces put in. But I think all the guys need to play with some confidence knowing that we've already ran this scheme for the entire spring ball, and now it's just getting out all those little kinks in our games.
Maybe I'm just out of the loop, but tell us about the whole mental sack thing. What is that all about?
It's just a thing we got. It's just like every day when I'm on the sideline, they tell you to take mental reps, right? So that doesn't stop with just knowing your job. It's like, oh, I'm going to hit him with a little side swipe. Oh, sack, did force fumble. So every day I'm like, every time I'm just, living through the game. Like, what am I going to do in the game situation? So that's where the mental sack came from. It's all right, guys. Hey, come on. We're good. Look at that. See reaction timing. You guys like that? That's why I'm, you know what I'm saying?
How realistic of a thing is that? Like, do you think that, like, when you're watching, do you actually think you could have done X, Y, or Z, or is it just kind of like, oh, that would have been fun to try?
I think it kind of goes in hand with, like, you got to see what you're going to do in a game. I feel like nobody just walks into a game without seeing what they're going to do. So yeah, the mental rep thing is just keeping me locked in, but it's like also like I want to visualize success on the field. So if I'm on the sideline watching a play and I just think, oh, I'm just going to do my job here, yeah, that's the 111. But hey, what else can I do here? What move would I hit? What would he be open to? How would I get to the quarterback? Would I go for a rake on the ball here, or would I just trigger a tackle? So it's stuff like that that is going through my mind on every single rep that I'm not in the game.
And then working with Coach Medding, the new DC, what is he all about, and what's it been like working with him so far?
Well, we have that Mob D mentality. It's going to be relentless finish every single day. That's our standard. So I feel like with defense, there's no perfect defense for any call. Like, not every play is going to go our way, but I think one thing we can handle every single play is how much we pursue the ball and what relentless finish we have. And I think that a lot of times in a football game, if you do that for 4 quarters, you're going to find yourself having a little points put against you.
When you think back to that player who was getting ready to start things off in 2018, and you think about the player you are now stepping on the field for the first time, where have you changed the most, do you think?
So yeah, when I got here, I was like, I don't know if you guys knew me when I got here. I had glasses on that weren't real. They were fake. I thought they were cool, but they weren't. That was easily identifiable as being fake glasses. I think just seeing the growth and maturity as a leader is the biggest thing. I was very quiet when I first got here, very reserved. I think I've opened up my personality more. That's a testament to our team for just giving opportunities to connect with those around you. I'll say my body as well. We have an amazing strength program. I've been through 3 amazing strength coaches. Coach Ben being the last one so far has really helped me just kind of put everything together, especially in the lower body aspect, flexibility and whatnot. But yeah, just me being here when I first got here to seeing what I am now, I'd be shocked, honestly. But hey, that's what being a Coug is. It's a long grind, but it pays off in the end.
Offensive line in position to watch this camp. You guys get a better look than anybody. What are you just kind of taking away from that group so far?
I'm telling you, Lily is a beast. I'm telling you right now, Lily is hard to go against. For someone who just moved over to offensive line, for how potent he is, how polished he's becoming. I mean, he's got such a high ceiling, and already right now I'm finding fits against him. Essa as well, just playing, just getting into the football career here, and his brother, obviously a legend over here with that pick against Washington. They're both just very natural tackles, and I think this league is kind of underestimating how good they can be. And then Connor just holding the helm up, and really leading that group, leading the charge. He's an amazing leader, amazing mentor, and he's such a selfless leader in that sense. I think Connor's going to do a really good job with them, making a cohesive unit and guys who can help us move the ball forward every single play.
Brennan, was today a little emotional for you suiting up, or was it just another practice for you?
Well, I'll give you I was sitting in my locker, I had a tear in my eye. I was like, no, it's like every other day. It's like you can't rest too much on that. I think later on in the season, definitely senior night, for example. I think that everyone's going to be a little emotional for that one. But no, it's just another fall camp. We got to grind in the season. I think it's having the mentality that it's all of us. It's not just one person. So it's that even though this may be my last year, it's like we got a goal as a team, and we need to keep reloading each and every year. So it's just making sure that I'm in the moment, in the present right now.
Yeah, and we talked to Ron about this a little bit, but I'd like to get your take. Coach Schmedding, obviously first year here. How do you feel about how the defense is coming along with it?
I'm loving it. I think he has a really good vision for our defense. Like I said, there's not too many changes to our scheme overall, which is good because, that just means there's a lot of carryover in our position rooms. I think we have great pieces coming in, guys who know the playbook now, have been studying it. He's got a really good mentality for practice. It's a relentless finish, like I said earlier, and I think he's a great coach, and he's very personable, which I think is great for any football team.
Brennan, with Coach Schmedding, you and Ron being here for so long, are you guys able to bounce ideas off of him back and forth? Has he kind of relied on you guys since he came and took this job?
Yeah, I would say so. I think it's just what we see on the field as players. I think any good coach is going to ask for feedback because they're not on the field with us. I think he has a good idea of what he wants to see on the field and what he wants us to do. But yeah, me and RJ definitely bounce ideas off back to him. Some ideas that are less favorable, and Coach knows one of those ideas. We won't get into that, but no, it's been really good so far, and I think there's an open dialogue between the two of us and him. So it's definitely made us have some different adjustments to certain looks, and I think it's going to be really good for the season.
Brennan, going into your final season here at Washington State, what are some goals and things you want to accomplish?
Goals, I think the biggest thing with goals is I think if you step away from statistics, I think those will take care of themselves. I think for me, the biggest thing is get 1% better every single day. Be a leader to these young guys. This will be my last year, so I want to leave some kind of, path for them to follow, and also just embrace it. I think one thing my girlfriend told me before practice was just don't wish it away. Take every single day and take it for what it is, and know it's the last one you're going to have. So don't just wish the days away. Fall camp is hard and long for anybody. It's not a easy thing to do, but enjoy it. It's the best time. Like Coach says, it's the best time of our lives, and it's because it's the hardest time of our lives. So just really enjoying it every single day, and then that'll carry it through the season.
You talk about some of those younger guys. How have you seen them step up?
I think Isaac is fantastic. He's just a natural pass rusher. I think he's very mature for his age. We make fun of him because we think he's just like Eddie. But he's a very mature young kid, and I think he's going to have a really bright future here. He really just soaks up all the knowledge we can give him, and I think he's very polished coming in. And I'm looking at him for pass rush advice sometimes, just the way he moves. And that's like the new generation of pass rushers. They all go to those camps, and they all know what they're doing already. When I first got here, the only thing I knew to do was bull rush. Still only really use that, but it works out. So I think they're really good, and I think Coach Miley's gonna do a really good job with developing those guys, and same with the younger guys who are technically older guys now, like Eddie and Ram and Lawrence. Just every single year they take a step forward. So I'm really excited to see what they can do this year.
Brennan, I don't want to age you, but last year you were a fifth year, and now you're a sixth year. What's something you learned just over the last year about your position, about the game, over just the last 365 days?
I would say the biggest thing I've learned, I think each year I learn a little bit more, is just the mind game that being a D-end is. I think a lot of people see it as, oh, can he win every single rep? And I think you want to win every single rep on the defensive line, but it's also knowing how can you set guys up for crucial moments in a game. I know one thing I've really been studying is how to make a lot of my rushes look the exact same. So in a game time situation, that offense lineman's going to think something's going to come they've seen all game, and then I can change that up. And I think that's one thing I've studied over the offseason is how do the best guys in the league, they may not win every single rep, but they win the ones that really matter. And that's what I want to get to that point, is winning the ones that really matter in a game.
I know you said you're not thinking about the fact that it's your last year, but do you find yourself savoring moments a little bit more?
Yeah, I savor every time I get close to Cam in practice and call a sack on him. I savor those moments. No, but it's amazing just being out here and being able to just compete with some of my brothers on the team. And this is the last time on Rogers, really, after this year, and just being able to, take each day for what it is and enjoy it. I feel like in life, if you're not in the moment, you're going to see life kind of pass you by. One of my favorite quotes is from Ferris Bueller. He said, life moves really fast. If you don't stop to look around, you're going to miss it. And that's kind of like football is. You miss it if you don't take a second to look around.
Thanks, Brennan.
Thank you. Hi, Mom.